Students know AI is weakening their thinking, and yet they are still using it more anyway. Recent survey data shows a majority of middle and high school students are concerned that AI is undermining their ability to think critically. That concern is coming from them, not from adults. And at the same time, their usage is increasing across grade levels. That combination is what should get your attention. Students are aware of the impact and continuing the behavior. That pattern signals something deeper than misuse. It signals dependency. You can already see how it plays out in classrooms. A student faces a difficult task, reaches for AI, gets a complete response, and moves on. The work is done, but the thinking was bypassed. The next time the task feels difficult, the same pattern repeats. Over time, the student begins to associate progress with outsourcing rather than effort. This is where schools often misread the problem. The response tends to focus on restriction or detection, but that does not address why students continue to rely on something they believe is making them weaker. The issue is that AI is functioning as a reliable shortcut in environments where students are expected to produce results quickly. When speed is rewarded and struggle is minimized, tools that remove that effort become the default. Students are not choosing between learning and AI, they are choosing between efficiency and discomfort. Without guidance, efficiency wins. That makes this a leadership and instructional design issue, not just a behavior issue. Students are not being taught how to use AI in a way that preserves their thinking. They are left to figure it out individually, and most do not have a framework to decide when support becomes substitution. Something that teachers and schools can do is to build visible boundaries into assignments. Identify where AI can assist and where independent thinking must remain intact. For example, you can allow AI to help generate practice questions or clarify directions, but require students to produce initial reasoning and final responses without AI input. Then, make that boundary explicit and consistent across classrooms. Another thing that schools and teachers can do is to surface the pattern directly with students. Show them what reliance looks like over time and ask them to reflect on when AI is helping them think and when it is replacing that process. The risk, if this is ignored, is gradual erosion of persistence, problem solving, and confidence in one's own thinking. Students rely on external validation instead of developing internal judgment. This does not reverse on its own. It requires deliberate instruction and shared expectations. Students are already telling us something is off. The question is whether schools will respond with clarity or continue leaving students to manage that tension alone.